2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Rolling to his right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with ETN.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jaguars put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the #1.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the
mark.
highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. First carry now for Alexander Madison. Shoves him away.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Offense.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roll. And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On play action, Lawrence. Trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And the Jags are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And they'll run with ETN. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing is Cousins.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
A second down throw for Cousins.
Over the middle and complete to Addison.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. On the return is Jones.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Calvin Ridley and the Jaguars back onto the field.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one cap.
Taking it right down Broadway.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Cousins. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
ETN once more.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
3rd and 12. Lawrence will throw. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect him with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. He completes it to Ridley. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Jaguars are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half.
Vikings nothing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line.
Fighting his way through contact.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
There he goes, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Addison hauls it in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Cousins. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here.
Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. And you know where I'm
Fantasy.
going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy line, but you don't. Why don't you just play it? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching
You're an
you
analyst.
do it.
You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 65 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
and the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Jaguars,